Just a shambles of a round, really. Oh. What is good, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today we're back on the road to #1 player in the world on Geoguessr duels. So we are currently seated at 111 in the world. It's not too bad, but we have pushed into the top 50 before, so that's what we're going to try and do again today. Let's see what kind of opponents we get here and see if we can play well. I hope we can. First opponent's 900 rated, so we can gain like 3 or 4 maybe ELA rating if we win this one, which we should. This looks like it's going to be somewhere in the Ukraine with this red car. Kind of thought it looked like Romania when I first loaded in, so I might go Carpathians here just for that reason. I mean, you do get some no antenna car there, I think. So let's take a look around here. I mean, it's definitely Ukraine. We do see a significant hill there, so I feel good about my guess, although maybe it's a bit further over. Was in Usharod there, and yeah. Our opponent goes in the middle, so that's good for us. Definitely, if you see bigger hills in Ukraine, then definitely do consider going further west like that, where the Carpathian Mountains are. Next one here, we're going to be somewhere in short antenna. Makes me want to go Lithuania here, I think. Kind of looked like something else, but I think I would just go Lith here. Lithuania uses a lot of these white bricks that we saw on that house in front of us. You can go back in the video if you want to see it again, but that's very common for Lithuania and kind of northern Poland as well, I would say. Okay, next one here is a bit of Malaysia, so let's see if I can guess it after my whole video yesterday. So this looks like, yeah, this is going to be something in like Johor or around the capital. And it definitely kind of feels like Johor to me. Now, if it is Johor, it should probably be a bit further north in Johor. That's kind of my vibe here. I think this is going to be correct. Regardless, our opponent will get the country. So, yeah, with that sticker should be around here or around Kuala Lumpur. Don't forget to check out my video from yesterday if you didn't, because of that kind of explains what the stickers are about. And it was indeed Johor there, so that's a good guess. Yeah, helps you get the state. Can't deny it. When it starts with a J, either Johor State or Selangor, which is the one where KL is in, that's the two most common. Anyway, next one here, round number 4, we're going to be somewhere in Peru. It's very kind of wet here. Is this the healing round? No, I guess not. Yeah, round number 4. Okay, so I would guess like around here, most likely. Yeah, I just got to go for that, like near Puno is most likely. Other place it can be is like in this valley here, often looks very similar. So we'll see which one it is. I think my guess here is better. I'd probably actually go, yeah, I was about to say I was going to go like probably around here instead, because that's what that looks like a lot of the time. But we had really nice guesses so far in this video. It's been all countries I like, and we get Malaysia again. But obviously we don't need to heal at all here. I'm assuming it's Malaysia. No, it's actually Bolivia. Wow, it just looked really similar. Oh, no, it is Malaysia, and we have that camera glitch that I showed in the video. Interesting. Or am I wrong? I don't know, actually. I think it's actually Bolivia. I don't know, like I went through a whole range of motion there, but yeah, it was the blue number plate that they have in Bolivia, and we had that camera glitch, which I did actually know sometimes you get in Santa Cruz as well. Just look really similar to Kuching for a second there, funnily enough. I don't think I would have gotten it wrong, but would have taken a bit more thinking. Anyway, this one's going to be somewhere in Brazil. I assume those are Brazilian poles. And we may as well move because we have such an advantage here. And if we get, oh, yeah, let's have nice coverage there. Let's see here. That's looking more like a north pole there, like something you'd see in the north of Brazil. We have a lot of palms as well. So I would say this is like Sergipe or Alagoas, because we have sugarcane here. We have this kind of lower crossbar pole, and we have tons of palms. I could be wrong, but I like it. Okay, it was actually Bahia. Yeah, southern Bahia can look like that as well, but obviously that's knockout damage, so very good game there. Can't complain at all. He goes in Roraima, which is not a terrible guess, and we get 4 points. So there we go. A really nice start. I pretty much played perfect there, really. And we're playing against Wuxi here, who's higher rated than us, actually. Okay, this is kind of rare, so we need to play well. Starting off well, because we're in Australia with some short reflectors. Should be... actually, not so easy. This could actually be Adelaide, you know. Oh, this is a legitimately difficult round. That building kind of feels more Adelaide to me. This is either Adelaide Hills or Brisbane. And the thing is, we have this thing underneath the guardrail, which is meant to be an Adelaide Hills thing. So I'm going to have to trust that. I could be wrong here, though. It's very thin trees. It was actually Brisbane. Wow. Yeah, trees were too thin in hindsight. Should have just... well, it wasn't an easy round, so to be fair, we don't really take too much damage. But wow, that was... had to be one of the two, and yeah. That was just extremely difficult, I think, although very gettable. For someone like me, I really should be getting it. Next one here, in a big city with winter coverage. Is it just Ulaanbaatar? Probably. Given that it's if it wasn't world map, I might go Darkhan here, but given that it's world map, I go Ulaanbaatar. And it was actually Erdenet. Yeah, that's the 3 cities that can look like that, and we guessed the exact same spot there, so 1 point of damage only there. Obviously, have to play very wisely against a player like this, because even though, I mean, it's ideal. I like playing against higher rated players, but you really have to play well regardless. Should be like fairly northern Portugal, given we see like green hills here with a lot of trees. And it was actually just central there, so yeah, I mean, I guess it was technically the north half of the country, but he gets the better vibe guess, so fair enough. But we are going to be fine. We're going to get to healing round with fairly good health, unless this is a real stinker, and it doesn't look like it will be. We have short antenna here, kind of looks like that Yellowfield Ensign? We got a Volvo there. Is this actually Sweden? Yeah, Yellowfield Ensign should be Sweden here. I want to go Gothenburg actually, because we see these exposed rocks, but it could be Stockholm still. I feel like that gives me a Gothenburg vibe, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Yeah, architecture probably feels better for down there as well, I would say. But I guess we'll find out. It could be Malmo as well. But I guess it's a good hedge between the 2 or the 3 places that I think this could be. Should be southern though, surely. And it was Gothenburg there, so that's a nice guess at least. So there's exposed rocks and went for glory. And 700 points of damage. It's not going to be much, given that we have the healing round now, but it's at least something. Man, we should have got that Brisbane, then we could actually be in a commanding position. But regardless here, on the healing round, we're going to be somewhere in the surroundings of Montevideo, if I had to say here. But obviously we have extra time, so let's take a look around. And so, yeah, it just looks like Montevideo to me. Is it ever? I don't think it's ever, to be honest. I think this is just here. I don't think it's anywhere. Oh, it is actually Buenos Aires. Okay. I definitely gave him capital city vibes, but yeah, I really thought it was probably going to be Uruguay there. Bit of a skill issue, but that's okay. We are still well within this game here, and we're looking at some Canada now. That looks like a Toronto thing, no? I would say so. I mean, it doesn't really feel like BC anyway, so I would say that's a Toronto poll. I think that's like metropolitan Toronto only, as far as I remember. This one with like the supporting rail, it's like a very specific shape. And so, I mean, putting the pressure on his ear is great. He might go Vancouver if we're extremely lucky, although I expect he'll get this absolutely correct. Okay, well, he goes US. Interesting, man. That's huge damage, obviously. Great for us there, 2.2k. And that's the first time learning that has paid off for me. I've used metas today that, you know, haven't really used before, so that's great. Next one here is just going to be Reykjavik, so a little bit of a less interesting one here. Reykjavik, right? I think you have to pronounce it like that, but okay. Actually could be somewhere else. That's a bit big for Reykjavik, surely, so it's probably like these cities over here. And he'll get that, so that could be bad for us here. Not terrible on 2 times damage, but bad. Okay, it was all the way over there. And he just goes Reykjavik, so fair enough. I mean, I would have been closer with my actual guess, but you know, it's not too bad anyway. Okay, that's we get off lightly there. I'm happy with that. Oh, this looks good. Rural, we can guess quickly here. Let's see it. We've got a bit of a rift here, big rifts actually. Now, I guess with a roof rack, we're actually going to be somewhere in Senegal here. Just go Fatigue. Surely we just go Fatigue here. I don't know. Okay, it was just Dakar there. It's not going to be bad damage. It looks like we're way further away here, but really, like, that's not far, so that's not too bad. Okay, still thinking about when we want to use our moving round here. This is good again, I think. Indo's pretty hard. We've got Java roofs here. Do we have a pole top? We'd love a pole top here. Could move for it, but I think it's better if we just guess. And overall, I would probably opt for going more so like central Java here overall. I think it is relatively flat. I actually think it's here, but we hedge for here because that's still well possible. But actually, like, really bad air quality. I would go Jakarta if I could go again, and he just goes for the guess here. Man, that could have been knockout damage. Man, that's really annoying. I would go Jakarta there if I saw the air quality again. Obviously, it would have been fantastic for us. Anyway, next one here. We are looking at some double yellows in Canada. I think it feels like Canada, right? So I think you just go in Nova Scotia then. Let's give it a go. No idea. This could be even Alaska for all I'm concerned, but I guess we'll find out here as we move along. Feels pretty good. I mean, I like it. Double yellow line, surely. I mean, putting the pressure on here is just a great move, regardless. And it was Nova Scotia. We get a super good guess there. That's almost enough, I think. And it is. Well, that was great. I mean, we continue to play really nicely today, I must say. 20 points! That must be the biggest victory we've ever had. Have to say GG to him. Definitely a good player, but we are able to, like, take advantage of our experience and just guess quickly there. 20 points, guys. That's nice. Let's see how much that actually puts us up here. That's huge. That's huge stuff. That's like a whole episode's worth of points right there. 73rd in the world now. Let's push back into the top 50 here. Here is our opponent. It's Big Jones. Big Jones, let's go. 900 rated player here, and we're starting off somewhere in Switzerland. So Switzerland uses the pedestrian crossings that are yellow quite often here. Let's take a look at architecture and language if we can. You never know what's going to help you out. Architecture feeling a bit more on the French side with the shutters on the windows, so I'm going to go in Lucerne here. See how that goes for us. Obviously, yeah, fairly much, we're decently on a hill here, so I don't mind that guess at all. We could even have the Rat City here, I would not be surprised. But it was actually on the German border there. Interesting. I mean, we're not that far from France, to be fair, but yeah, it does kind of remind me of like Strasbourg architecture, so not that surprising to me, but still a little annoying that we got the vibe wrong. Next one here is going to be somewhere in Kenya, and I would say this was quite far west. Interesting that we got Gen 3 Senegal and Gen 3 Kenya in a row here, and our opponent is guessing quite well here. 2 very solid guesses in a row, more than what I expect from a 900 rated player, but definitely reasonable. And the next one here should be somewhere in Romania, Bulgaria, and thinking Bulgaria here. We got round poles, so fits for either country if we're talking urban here. And don't actually see too much. I mean, crossing I actually don't remember. Looks like language is Romanian, I would say. So Bucharest feeling best here, probably. I mean, it does kind of feel a bit Bulgarian, so I'll just guess on the border. Some of these houses do remind me. And actually, Bulgaria is the country that's more likely to have this yellow, like, sticker thing. But, yeah, I guess, we have our holy poles there, great. So it's Romania. Interesting that we have, like, some quite Bulgarian-looking, like, infrastructure here, this thing included. But you do see it in Romania, too, so that makes sense here. Definitely a somewhat difficult round, especially because of the round poles. He might get this wrong. But yeah, if you look at language, it definitely has to be Romania as well. So let's see here. Yeah, he goes. Oh, it's actually in Constanta, that makes sense. He goes in Albania. Fair enough guess, honestly. But definitely kind of, when you're lacking those holy poles, definitely difficult. This one is Romania again, I believe. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. I had red car, so I guess Carpathians again, then. Why not? Let's go for it. It reminded me of Romania. Second time in a row that it reminded me of Romania, and then we turn around and see this car without the antenna, so I'm feeling good about the guess here. We'll find out what he goes for here. It could just be, like, Kharkiv can look quite similar with these hills, but yeah, I would say that we are probably more likely to be correct than not, and it was indeed Kharkiv hills there, so that's unfortunate, but he goes Romania. Yeah, it looked like Romania, that's what I'm saying. But anyway, it was in Sumi there, so interesting. And we're on 2.5 times healing, or 2.25 times healing, and we don't really need to heal much here, but let's get the country. Okay, we got a Volvo. I mean, hold up. Hold the phone. Doesn't look like a Swedish house though, does it? Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, probably just Oslo here. It feels very south, and the architecture doesn't feel typical Norwegian at all to me, except for this house. This is pretty typical, but you know, the other 2 houses were kind of strange. So there we go. He'll get it because of the green plate, unless he didn't look around. In which case, well, it doesn't really matter because it's the healing round anyway. So it was indeed Oslo there. We're both going to go to relatively near to full health here, and the real duel begins, as I like to say. So let's see if we take on some good points here at round number 6. Look at that, might be Russia-Ukraine kind of thing here. Bad road, very big hill there. It's probably worth moving. Oh, look at that holy pole. Almost feels more Russian here. I think we should almost move for the No, I think this is South Russia. I just don't really recognize that for Ukraine so well. So I would go here, I think. Like, trees definitely have to be south. Let's move here, see if we see a red car. Yeah, so it's like a whitish car. Okay, so it is Ukraine. We're not going to be too far, I think. It depends what he goes as well, because it's not red car. It should be like urban Ukraine, I think, somewhere in one of the big cities. And yeah, it was just in... Oh, not even in a big city. That's surprising. Obviously, huge damage for him there, 2.8k. Very fortunate that didn't come later on. But... yeah, I mean, short antenna's pretty uncommon in Ukraine, so I don't really feel too bad about my guess, in all honesty. This one could be good for us if he doesn't recognize it. These buildings are typical Luxembourg, but people can be tempted on a round like this to go in the Netherlands, so we have to hope that he doesn't get to any language. If he's panicking, he sees this brick house, he could go Netherlands. It's well possible. Instead, it is just Luxembourg. He gets a good guess, so can't complain too much. You have to put some respect on him. Big Jones, he's playing well. Okay, next one here. 2.5 times damage, and what are we looking at? Might have to move on one like this. We'll just be somewhere in, hold up, let's see here. Architecture would say, wait, is this Locam? So it's Trekker, okay. I think we have to move here. I mean, I think it's Canada. But yeah, I think moving here is just almost essential. Okay, let's take a look at the, okay, we're about to get in the Google car, surely. Okay, let's see plates here. Oh, unblurred plate. I think it's Manitoba, right? I mean, not Manitoba, yeah, somewhere out here. Bigger hills, like around, like, what are those, like, there's Medicine Hat Hills, but Drumheller Hills. I want to say these are Drumheller Hills, maybe. Or maybe it's like Edmonton Hills, I don't know. But, oh, we do see another red plate. Okay, I feel good. And we see, like, a combination of plates, so I feel like, you know, further south is also better. It's a little scary, but single yellow line, surely. Am I correct here? I don't know. Actually, those are mountains. Okay, well, it's just south. Okay, that makes sense. We saw those mountains. Obviously, great damage for us this time. 3.2k. Definitely worth moving to see the plates. I don't know if you can really go Alberta there. Definitely difficult Alberta, like, ask there, because we didn't see too much in the way of clues. Here we have some Eswatini grass, so let's just not click Uruguay, Eswatini instead, please. Probably a bit further east or south than where I guessed, but yeah, I think our guess is fine here, it's good. And guessing quickly when he might go South Africa is essential. Although I think he's playing well enough that I think he'll almost certainly get it here. We'll see though. And okay, he doesn't. That's the game right there. Yeah, those like south roads can look quite South African. I don't blame him for the guess. I have to say GG there. Well played to Big Jones. 3 points of rating there is quite nice. Let's go in again here, see if we face old Jonesy himself. And we don't. We face Ugandan soldier here. And I'll see how our Ugandan friend can do. And so, first round here is fairly difficult. We have a white car, brick houses, and a very, like, lush forest that makes me want to go... Why don't you go with white car here? Like France or something, almost. Or Belgium, or... Dashed out a road line? I don't know. I don't know where you go here. I think I'm wrong. It could even be Baltic. I don't know where this is. I'll go up here. We see brick building. Okay, what's Denmark? Literally my first thought. And he is rather close there, just hedging. Must have found something fairly soon when he moved out onto the street, I think. Bit of a throw, but I looked at the trees and I thought these are way too strange. Anyway, look at the bins here. So, should be like Penang, I think. Penang bins. JP though. Okay, it should just be KL then. Oh no, but you can have that in Penang. Okay, so let's think here. Let's take a look if we see anything else. So, like, bins are fairly generic. We see hills in the background. Does almost make me like... I think you have to go KL here. I think you have to go KL, but I think Penang is also a very decent shout. Let's see what it is. It was KL, and he goes in Colombia. That is, I mean, Ugandan soldier went from a fantastic guess to one of the worst guesses we've seen. No offense, my friend. To one of the worst guesses we've seen on the channel in a while, I think. Next one here. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves because this is fairly difficult. We got a cathedral here. And we're in Indonesia. So I think buildings feel Indonesian. So a lot of the time when I see this, even with white car, I do want to say it might be Sula here. Like a Manado kind of thing. I mean, it could be worth moving around here and around like this. We could actually lose here. So I'm actually going to move it. Why not? Let's see. So pole tops here. Don't feel fantastic. It's probably maybe like Timor Christianity rather than... all the way south. Yeah, okay, that was definitely worth moving. We could knock him out here, probably. So where do they have, like, Timor has quite a few Christians. I think we may just, yeah, I mean, let's just go, like, East Nooses here. There's more Christians out the further east you go, so I feel like that should be decent here. And yeah, we basically 5k'd, very nice indeed. And he goes in Ecuador this time. Interesting stuff. Ugandan soldier donates us a few points there. Very nice indeed. Okay, back into it here, and we are facing Adventure of Luca, who's a verified player. Very cool. And they're only he's only 800 rare, so shouldn't be too much of a gain or a loss. Russia's starting off difficult here. Surely trees feel more Western Russia, but whereabouts in Western Russia is a very difficult ask, I think. This is the type of round where you just go here, I think. You just go near perm, and you call it a day, because ultimately it's round one, he can't knock us out, which is fantastic, even if he gets the strangest 5k, and he'll probably just go for the same guesses, honestly, which is probably a good guess. I mean, it could be Bratsk or something, like, it could just be Krasnoyarsk or something. That would be strange, I think, though this is better guess, I think. And it was actually Krasnoyarsk, the road north, which definitely does look like that. I considered it, but hey, I mean, it's fine. We didn't see any, like... I don't know, we didn't see anything that I would say was like typical Siberian birches or anything, but I don't really know what I'm talking about that much. Next one here, we got Garda, which should mean we're somewhere in in Denmark, as I recall, right? I mean, let's take a look around here. Yeah, I mean, looks like Danish language to me. We've got brick buildings. I'm going for it. Yeah, yellow plate on the service vehicle there. All feeling very good for Denmark, indeed. And Copenhagen is surely the most likely, although I could see other cities as well. No, I've seen Copenhagen that looks like this before, so I think I'm pretty good. But I guess we'll find out right about now. And it was indeed in Aalborg. When I moved to this part, we had a lot of brick. I feel like that's, you know, you obviously see so much brick in Copenhagen too, but I feel like, what's it called? On Jutland? What's it called? The main part. That is very much something you'll see a lot of. I mean, this is Czechoslovakian bollards, and font feels probably more Czech almost, doesn't it? But landscape feels more Slovakian. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go right here near Bratislava. I think the font is too hard to read. So let's actually check out what it says here. Looks like Czech font here to me. And yeah, it's a Czech sign. So we shouldn't be too far, but likely that our opponent gets it here, given that we have some bigger place names and a road number. But again, not really that much of an issue on these early rounds. Yeah, it was just middle of Czechia there. So yeah, I mean, when you see ultra flat, Bratislava area obviously works really nicely. But obviously Czechia is more of that rolling hills kind of landscape, which we did kind of see, I guess, in hindsight. Next one here is a difficult round. It's going to be Misiones province in Argentina. We got the black car here, which you don't see in Brazil. And then we have like Brazilian dirt, basically. You always have to be in this province when you see that kind of thing. It's probably even further into Misiones, but yeah, this is a fine guess. We're going to be pretty close, I think. I would actually go max north here, I think. We had like a lot. Oh, we actually 5K'd accidentally there. Very nice. And it's not enough to take him out. You know what? Malaysia's a fair enough guess there. I can't even lie. Yeah, we take it. Okay, healing around here. We actually have a bit of healing to do, so let's take a look and see if we can find out where it is. It's just going to be Turkey. Obviously, we just flunk middle of Turkey when we see that. And that's an interesting plate, not a Turkish plate. So we might be on some strange border here, because what do you make of that? It's got the blue strip on it. Yeah, no, it's just some kind of alternative plate that they have there, I guess. The white car with the short antenna in Generation 4. I think that's only Turkey, or at least way more commonly Turkey than anything else. So kind of a good clue to know, that's for sure. Do you ever have that? I don't think you have that anywhere else, to be honest. It's very rare. Anyway, next one here, 1.5 times damage. Australia? Yeah, looks like Australia. Well, let's move to see these places, because we haven't moved yet in this game. And what does this say? Come on, then. Dubbo. Alright, we need Dubbo. Let's go for that. Unlikely that he's anywhere closer to us here. Now, what's the other town name? What did it say? Parks or something? Yeah, Parks. I don't know that town. Well, if we zoom out a little bit, we see it's there. So we should be somewhere in this vicinity. If they're different directions, then we're probably just in Tomingley or Peak Hill. So let's see if we're right about that. And it was indeed in Peak Hill. Very good indeed. And that is going to be enough to knock him out. So another small gain here for us, but GG to Luca. And let's go for one more for the video here, see if we can end it out on a high. It's been a good video so far. We're against Luca again. And I was going to say, are we in Australia again? Probably not. Looks more like Europe to me with these red roofs, but let's see. Just going to start off in Denmark, I would say. And, yeah, Genburg. And, yeah, we have, again, the yellow kind of plate on the service vehicle. So let's go for it. Odense goes for down here. Maribor, interesting. Can't say it's a bad guess, but, yeah, I'm not really that good at Denmark, to be fair, so... Well, that'll be a fun country to learn, I think. Denmark's actually kind of bigger than you think, so maybe I should learn it one day. Regardless, here we are in what looks to be Malaysia. Again, we have like kind of miscellaneous bins, which would make me want to go in Kuala Lumpur here. Yeah, I mean, for the episode, if we're correct again here, which I expect we will be, yeah, then, Istro? Oh, it's Singapore. Oh my gosh, bro, I just embarrassed myself. Okay. I was gonna toot my own horn, but let's just not do that. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that. That looked so dirt. Wasn't there not like some rubbish? I don't know. That's not what I expected to see, but we move on. Here we have a ridge in the background, red roofs and corn crops. Feels pretty good for Romania. Bulgaria also possible. Short antenna with a flag. Yeah. I mean, houses feel more Romanian slightly, so I'll just guess on the south border here. Not an easy round, potentially, for him, though, so hopefully he screws up and goes, like, Serbia or something. This could be certainly something he does. More clear view now. I do like Romania better with those houses, but Still Bulgaria, possibly. It's like a very light road, which I do associate more with Bulg, but we'll see. And it is just, yeah, all the way over near Serbia. Hey, that's why I said Serbia. It could be, well, did kind of seem like the second option when I moved around a bit. I mean, third option, but we had an antenna, so it couldn't have been there, right? Okay, next one here. We're going to be somewhere in Malaysia again. No, blue strip on the plate. Okay, it's actually, why did I think everything's Malaysia now, guys, but this is just somewhere in Malta. I mean, it is like a Japanese truck, so you do see those quite a lot of the time elsewhere. It's just going to be Malta here. We got the steering wheel on the right for left-hand drive. Malta's fascinating, man. You just hardly see any trees. It's like, okay, we have some here, but it's very much just like urbanized and so much rock instead of anything else. And so, like, yeah, so densely populated, really. It's very interesting. Okay, he goes in Tunisia there. Tunisia has black number plates, so you shouldn't really guess there when you see white ones. Although it does have some mixed plates, I guess. You also see yellow ones and all kinds of interesting colors occasionally. But regardless, here we are in... probably Wales or something. I don't know. It's feeling around. We don't really need too much here. If we click Wales, it's more or less in the middle. Could this be Isle of Man? Yeah, I think so. It gives me like very, or could even be Jersey, I guess. It's very like a thin road. I think it's Isle of Man. Looking at this, yeah. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but thin road, coastal vibes. Yeah, he got it. Very nice indeed. And what else could you say there? Like, just that kind of patchwork hills in the background. Very much kind of looks Welsh, but then you get the island vibe. And yeah, that's how you get it, I think. But obviously it takes a bit of experience to get it. This is short antenna Ukraine, maybe? I feel like Ukraine's good here. I think we definitely move 1.5 times damage. Let's see what we can see here. And so we still see this short antenna car. I mean, crossing signs are these red things on the ground, bro? Very interesting. I wonder what... Okay, we can actually get some language here. That's nice. What does that say? Yeah, we... Actually genuinely confused here. We don't have any bollards, which makes me feel good about... Ooh, and it's not a painted pole. I think Ukraine is better here, right? But, gosh. Like, I mean, it's like... Oh, there's the Ukrainian car. Thank you very much. Yeah, just a shambles of a round, really. Oh, okay, I knew that was the short antenna highway. I didn't think I would be plunking quite so close, though. Okay. Well, hey, double damage. Let's see what we can do here. No time to lose concentration. Should just be somewhere in Taiwan. Can we see a phone code here, maybe? That was a guess, guys. Come on. No, nothing really to speak of here. Sure, those are unique to the city, but yeah, I'm just going to guess middle here. I could say I'm not very strong on Taiwan, unless I have a phone number. I do get some vibes, but I seem to always guess the wrong half of the country, so clicking middle, at least you can't really do that. I think more south here. My vibe is south, but watch it just be north. And it is, yeah. My vibe was definitely south there, guys, so that's why I kind of click middle, because I know I'm not good enough. I have to be a bit humble about it, accept that I'm not really built for it. Okay, we moved already, so we can't do that again. Here we are in Switzerland. We've got language here, Oberreg, and yeah, it's going to be German for sure. Yeah, I like to guess St. Gallen these days just to be unique, but I think this is more Zurich area, if I had to say. Did we see anything there? Not really. I mean, I know like definitely Switzerland has a lot of regional metas, but I don't know any, so that's the caveat to that. I think it is pretty learnable, though, actually. With the different cantons, they do different things. And it was St. Gallen. Man, should have gone with my gut. Or not really my gut, but my desire to be stylish with my guesses. Anyway, moving on to triple damage here. Could be problems. Is it Mongolia or Argy or something? It is actually going to be somewhere in the great country of Argentina here. Now, we have these poles, which are more or less unique to Argentina, to Uruguay, these ones. How does he know them is the question, because if he doesn't spy them, if he's not being particularly observant, then he might go Argentina, and then we might win. We'll see. And yeah, he actually goes Russia, which is fair enough, but Google car doesn't fit, of course, and we take out the win there. So Adventure of Luca, unfortunately, going down here, and we actually are up pretty well for this episode. We are actually going to be sitting at, ooh, the suspense, 65 there, so big gains there. Obviously a fantastic episode. Great to get that win against the other Master Division player, even after the bad Australia guess. So guys, thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. I will see you guys in the next episode, and I say peace out. Catch ya.